Morning, everybody. Hope everybody's well. Rolo, say hello. Hello, everybody.
Say Frank. Say hello, Frank. Who are you, little? Hello, Frank. How are we all? Right. We're back over the yard. Now, I have done some carving, but just like little bits and pieces and stuff like that. And just, I've done one project. I finished the wood spirit and I've done one project that was, I just did it here, there, and everywhere. So I didn't really film it, really, because otherwise I have to bring it all over, get it all set up, blah, 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 blah. And anybody that films anything knows what the crack is. However, I'll show you it anyway. So welcome back to everybody, or anybody who's been watching any of the other videos. And if you're new here, how are we all? Right, let me put you on what we're going to be doing today then, shall we? So, you spin you around. Here's me wood spirit. Okay. So he's done. I did a couple of quick mushrooms last night because I had a couple of hours to just mess about with some mushrooms. But this is the baby. So I've done the fox. Let me get rid of that for sale sign. Oh! There you go, look. What do you reckon? The old fox. I might do a duck or a chicken to put down on the floor next to him. So I'm quite happy about him. So he's okay. He turned out all right, I think. I think he did anyway. Right, so this is today's plan. If the boys stop fighting. He's going to stop fighting. Right. Now, over here we got, you know, if you've got a 5-bar gate, you've got a 6x6, 6-inch by 6-inch post that goes into the ground and anchors the gate and also swings the gate. Okay? So somebody said to me, if I could come up with an idea, we cut this off here, cut that off there, and because he saw the fox, so this is the plan today. I think this is a bit of elm, I think, only because it's shiny and it's got some bug holes in it, and in the UK we had Dutch elm disease, so I think it's a bit of elm. So my plan is, you can see I've roughly drawn out a fox. Let me get down here. I've drawn out a fox roughly. Let me just try and... Oh, she's as wide as she'll go. Anyway, I've drawn out a fox roughly. And then what we're going to do then is that'll be the post. I'm going to cut a square post in the bottom of there. And then this tail will wrap round. And then hopefully you can cut this off square there. And then cut the top of the fence post off, sit him on top of the fence post, and it looked like a fox sat on top of the gate post. Gate, not fence. And what size is this? I reckon she's probably 12 inches, 12, 13 inches wide that way, about 10 inches that way. So what I'm going to do is, I drew that on there so I knew exactly what the crack was, how much depth I needed and stuff for the post. So I'm going to cut that off there so I can grab it in my jaws. Or there, sorry. So I can grab it in my jaws. And then set it up. I'll set the camera up. And then we'll start filming. I got to try and get rid of all these bits here. A mate of mine gave me a load of these bits. So I thought I can just whack out a few mushrooms with those. So I got to start a fire, get rid of some rubbish. And that's it. The rain hopefully is going to stay off. It's not meant to rain, but it's the UK, so who knows? I don't know. Rolo don't know. Frank don't know, so who does know? But anyway, let me set this up, and then we'll start carving out the fox, and I'll video this one. But yeah, I was happy with the other fox. Really happy. I took my time with it. Only done like an hour at night, a couple of hours at night, blah, 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 a bit on a Sunday, you know. Just messed about with him, so yeah. So I'm really happy with him. So let's do that, shall we? We're going to do a fox, sat on a gate post, hopefully, and see what it looks like. So let me set it up, and we'll go from there. Hope everybody's okay. Right, everybody, it's just started to rain, which is typical, but it won't last long, I don't think. Anyway, let me see I'll show you what I've done. So I've cut him out I just cut the bottom off as if it's the post, so that's the size of the post. So obviously I can cut that off, we can sit them on top of a fence post, but that gives me reference points. So I can try and get his front feet will look like they're on there, and then his little ass will stick over a little bit, but that's fine. And then this tail will go wrap round his feet, and then so he should be quite a quick carve, really, you know. So I've done that, but it is spotting now. It's still just, hopefully it's blown over. Kim Rain, man. But anyway, we'll see. But I got to show you this. I'll show you what I'm using. See this? This is the best thing I've bought, because it just keeps everything in one place. This is amazing for filling up. So that is, well, you just push it into the, it just glug glug glug, and it stops when it's full. It's absolutely brilliant. So I'm over the moon with that. The bloody weather. And then I'll show you what saws I'm using today to do this. So borrowed me mate's MS261C, which is a 16-inch bar on there, so that'd be a good crack. That's what I'll block it out with that one. And then I'll use my MS170, which I love that saw. And then I might try and use that electric one, that little MSA70C. You just got a standard Pico chain bar on there. I've got to change the bar on that. I'll do put a little carbon bar on there and stuff. But that's what I done those mushrooms with yesterday. I was quite pleased with them, actually. The batteries lasted quite well. I got a 30 AK battery and a 20 AK battery. So I'll stop babbling on. Hopefully this rain's going to stop, and I'll set it up, and then what we'll do is start blocking them out. And yeah, hopefully it'll be all right. I think this is elm. I don't know. If anyone knows any different, let me know. You know? But it's been down in the field for absolutely ages. And my mate said the trees fell down. It's got to have been down for years. So he went and got these. Jesus, they're heavy. And he said that the main trunk is about 4.5 foot wide and about 25 foot long. The rest of it's rotten on the bottom, and that's how come it fell down. But even the teleporter couldn't carry it, so I'm going to have to go there and tell him what sizes I want it cut up into, and then we can have some fun. So hopefully get it back, because if the teleporter won't lift it, it's heavy. So he doesn't want to cut it up, just in case he cuts it up too small, which is nice of him, really. So anyway, again, I'm babbling. So let me set this camera up. I think it's nearly over now. I'm going to start carving, see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to block him out. Hopefully you can see that. I can stand here, so I'm going to block this out first. Try and get that, and try and get a little bit of a hump there. Come down here, get his chest, his legs, cut that off, keep the tail wide. I mean, there is detail in them because you've got the detail in the face, and obviously you want to show the stomach and everything. But really, I don't know whether I'll wrap that tail right round. We'll see how we go. And it'll save then doing the legs, because it'll just say what he is. He's sat on the thing, on the post. So there's a crack there, but hopefully we'll get rid of that in a minute. Like I said, well, there is a good crack there, but that's superficial, hopefully. But we'll see. So, bit of music on. Got the fire started, as you can see, because we get smoked out every time the wind blows round. But hopefully that'll get going in a minute. I need some new gloves. Other than that, life's good. So, let's see how this goes, shall we? I'm going to try to not worry too much about this. I'm just going to try and just let me feel it, if that makes sense, and go with it. Just have a go at that. We'll see. That'll all be rubbish, a load of rubbish, but there you go. Because I don't know enough about anything when it comes to this, that's always going through this sweet as a nut. And I don't know if it's because, I mean, it's hard, and it is a hardwood elm, but I don't know if it's because it's just dry, and it's just, I've never actually carved dry wood before, you know, because obviously you're always getting, you know, nothing seasoned, is it, really? Well, I don't think so anyway. So, or whether it's gone past its sell-by date, if that makes sense. But I don't know. We'll carry on carving it. We'll see what it all looks like, and we'll take it from there. But I don't want to mess the ears up, so I'm going to try and keep the ears. What I'll do now is I'm going to draw his little face on. Yeah. And then take out the front bit and the back bit. So whilst I draw his little face on, then I'll show you when I've done it. Okay, let me show you. So what I've done is I've drawn on the back of him, look. And obviously, oi, 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 Rolo, God almighty. So I'm going to keep this a bit wider than to get his ears, then his back. But I suppose when you turn your back, if you turn your back, the back of his neck, and then I can drop that down. There's his back legs, potentially. So hey, listen, we'll go with it, won't us? See what the crack is. We'll just go with it, I think. Right. You see that there? Right, let's give it a go. Just trying to draw it freehand and just go with it. But we'll see. I don't think he'll be a million miles away. As long as he looks like a fox. The same old thing, and you've got to just make sure that, you know, you just got to make sure that that you try and keep the cuts as straight as you can. Are you seeing this or not? Yeah, pretty much. Let me move that there. Got to try and make sure you keep the cuts as soon as you can. So I've gone up a little bit there, but I'd rather go up than down. So that's him. So far, it just looks like abstract art by the looks of it. So I'll get the 170 out, draw his little snout in here, and try and get that going. And we'll take it from there and see what happens. This is very ambitious of me doing this because I've only done 2 foxes. One was in a log. One sat in a log and it took me ages, and one was, so we go centre of his little face, and I know they've got one hell of a snout on them. But if I keep it a bit wider, I'll keep his ears there. Something like that. Something like that, I suppose. Keep it wide. Let's see, eh? Let's go for it, baby. Tell you what, and I know that I should stop and get another piece of wood, right? Because this is like cutting through balsa wood. It's hard, but I don't know, like I said, I've never carved 100% dry wood before, so maybe it is because it's dry. Who knows, baby? Okay, so what I'm going to do now, have a look at the old chap. I think he's getting there. So what I'm going to do now is let me draw my legs on. Have a quick cup of tea, do some drawings, so I got something to go with. I don't want to mess it up. I think the wood's just a little bit too, it's very chippy. But is that because it's dry, or is that just because, or is it fucked? Who knows? We'll see. Keep going with the little chap, I say. Right, let me do some drawing, have a cup of tea, and then I'll show you then, and we'll try and... I don't know whether to do a negative space through there, because I don't know if you're going to gain anything really, so I might just, you know, show his front legs and his back legs, because he is like that really, so we'll see. Let me have a little think on that. It started to rain again, which I could really go mad about. Let me do some drawings on him. Yeah, let me do some drawings on him, and then we'll get back and I'll get this camera in, because it's just started to rain. Jesus. Do you know what? The bloody weather forecast people couldn't forecast what they're going to wear the next day, let alone the bloody weather. It just poured down, and there was nothing forecast at all. And it does my head in. So I had to leg it in. Anyway. What I've done is I've drawn his back, where his back hind leg would be, and his front leg. I'm going to just try and start shaping him up, just messing about with him a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. You might want to come around here actually. How's that? A bit better? There you go. So, yeah. So let's go for it. I'm just going to just mess about with him. You know? Let's go. Hang on, I'll just wipe the rain off my glasses. Jesus. Welcome to UK weather. Something we all have in common that we can moan about. Right, let me explain what I'm doing. This is my opinion, that's all it is. This is just what I'm going to do. I'm not going to punch through for negative space on this because it is what it is. You show me a real fox sat on a 6-inch fence post and let me see. But anyway, I'm going to define the back leg and the front leg, but when I paint that black, I'll just darken that up in there. And then that way his tail's coming around here and any rain won't sit there, it'll just wash off. That's the plan. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sort of like leave that and just define it. That's the plan. Let's see. Okay. Right. I don't know what this wood's going to do, to tell you the truth. Oh, yeah. Around the piss there. I don't know what this wood's going to do, but it's really chippy. So it might be rotten. Like, I don't know whether it's dry rot or what. It's hard. It's silly hard. I don't want to drop it on my toe. But it's just chipping. But then, like I said, I've never carved a complete dry piece of wood, you know? Right, let's have a little show. Let me show you around the little bugger, if I can. Let me show you around him. So, that's where he is at the moment. I want the tail to finish there, look. And I think if I get the tail to finish there, then I haven't got a detail like his claws and stuff like that. So he's just sat like that, you know? And then you get his face right, blah, 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 blah. Get his back right. Just take this down a little bit more. But yeah, you get the gist. So, right, so you get the gist. So I'm not going to bore you, I'm going to tidy these bits of wood up now. I'm just going to just shape him up a little bit more. You know, I'm not going to dig too deep into these places, because paint them black and they'll be fine. Of course, someone's got a good edge trimmer going. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I'm going to just shape this up a little bit. I'm going to just do a little bit more titivating about. But I think I'm not a million miles away, to tell you the truth. And I got the tail sort of like dropping dropping round. But it is it rotten? I don't know. I think it might be. I think the outside wood might be, you know. I don't know. Living and learning, isn't it? But that's the one good thing about it, is we all do live and learn. So that's, oh right. So that is gone there. Perhaps it's dried out too much. Okay. That's okay. Now that is solid. So maybe it's just the outside wood was just silly rotten, because even though it's super dry, other branding garments are available. Even though it's super dry, this might be just gone past its sell-by date. So let me just, so you get the gist. I'm going to mess about with him a little bit more. I'm not going to bore you all with it. And then we'll get into the detailing of him, hopefully. Okay. So I put the nose right down because I wasn't liking the nose. So we've took the nose down. Oh, come on, lads, with the weather, Jesus Christ. So he looks a bit more foxy, and we'll take this up here a little bit and shape that a little bit with a die grinder. So it's going to be all die grinding work now. I think he is what he is, you know. So let's get some eyes in him, and a nose and everything else. I'm just going to keep going, and then we'll do that, and then I'll whatever, shut up, I suppose. So, God almighty, hang on, old fire. Yeah, so jaw is still out on this wood, I'm afraid. So it is what it is. It's got some nice colours in it. But I don't know if it's fucking rotten or not, but there you go. It is what it is. Let's do these eyes. Or try. I'm going to use this taper, cut or taper bit. That's better. Okay, let the magic commence, baby. Okay, I'm going to chuck the flame bit grill, for fuck's sake, the flame bit burr in there now. I'll check the camera and find out that you've been watching next door or something. Let me just double check that you were seeing that. Yeah, not too bad. So there he is. Okay. He's getting there. So I'm going to get the Flameberg, extreme Flameberg bit now, flatten this off, and just start shaping that about round there. So bear with me, all right?
Oh, God.
That is flat. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just cut in there with a chainsaw because it'd be quicker. That is where I can come down a little bit. I'm not going to worry too much. Like I said, it's good practice. But it is good practice for me. But this wood, so elm soft sea, elm's a hardwood. So I think this has gone past its sell-by date. But it is good practice. I can still do it. And it'll probably last long enough till I get down the road. So, what are we going to do? I'm going to cut that mouth in again, or just Dremel that mouth in. Dremel that mouth in, and then, did I leave? Yes, perfect. I'll Dremel that mouth in, and then I'm going to have a cup of tea, and then I think we can pretty much go for the old furring him up. You know, he's just, And like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on him because he says what he says. He's a fox. And he's crouched down. Like the other one, I did really take me time to try and get the muscles and everything right. But this one, you know, you're not even seeing him. Right. Come round here so you can have a look. And one thing I have got to do is go to the opticians because Jesus Christ, my eyes have got terrible. Absolutely terrible. I wish I'd have started this years ago, but I didn't, and I'm doing it now, and I'm able to do it now, and there's a lot of people who wish they could, trust me. So, I'm going to have a cup of tea, and I'm going to look at him, make sure I'm happy with him. And off camera, I might just, you know, do something with this. Just going to have a look at him. You haven't missing nothing. And then we'll fur him up. And then I got a new thing I want to try, so I'll let you know. Okay, I didn't really do anything. Just put that mouth back in, which I don't know if you saw. I'll sand this all smooth. The mouth. Go away, fly. Go away, little money spider. Go on. Go on, go on, go on. So I'm going to put some fur in him now. I've drawn some lines on him just so give me a bit of context. And I'm going to have to be a bit careful because obviously this wood is either very dry or it's just got something that's gone soft. Because it, in places it's like, oh, it's butter. But anyway, let's rock. Hang on, don't rock without me. Not yet. Okay, let's try this, shall we? So I just got this little cheap Triton. It is what it is. But we'll try and do his nose. literally just to round that nose off a little bit. Right, I think we're getting somewhere. I think. Maybe not, maybe not. Who knows? Who cares? Now this is soft. Right, I know that seemed like a lot of burning, and it was, but you've got to keep into account that I will be talking to you and not even by you, that I'm going to be painting him. So, and this is just something I made up, which there's loads of videos online about it. Just a little bit of Scotch-Brite off of the old Amazon, and right, I have got a sander, so I'm going to just just give it a bit of a blast with a sander. I mean, thank God it's all on the back really, but even that sander took a couple of, you can hear it. I don't know if it's the outer wood that's just gone completely rotten or dry completely out, gone super soft, you know, or and that's probably my fault, because I'm always looking at a piece of wood and think, oh yeah, I'll get a fox on the gatepost out of that, and I measure it and blah blah blah, whereas what I should be thinking is, how much wood have you got to take off before you get to the hard wood in the middle? But in all fairness, the outside of the wood was here, and this is chipping here, so maybe it's just fucked. We'll see. Right, so what was I going to do? I'll tell you what I will do is I'll just run that sander over there a little bit as well. And the reason I've done that is because it takes the high points off, makes them white, and then I can keep these in there darker. But like I said, he's going to get painted anyway. So what I'm going to do now is mix a bit of PVA up, which I'll show you. I'm going to mix a bit of that up with some water, sort of like 50-50. And I'm going to paint this chap and seal him up. And then when he's dried, then we'll paint him. So, because you can buy bonding and all that, so they reckon. You know, bonding and all that, but I googled and googled and googled, and some people say just use PVA, you know, just to seal the wood, stop the paint from sucking right in. So we'll give it a go. Just mix that up. Just whack that on there, and then we'll let her dry. And then we'll try painting her, because I haven't done this before. So whenever I painted, it sucks in like there's no tomorrow. Okay, I'm back. So, I've bought an airbrush thing, whatever, because I want to have a go at it and get this right. I see a lot of wood carvings that are painted, you know? Some like them, some don't. I think it all comes down to what you're doing, really. So, this isn't a deer Iowata or whatever they're called. This is a Galeri Advanced, and it wasn't expensive. I'm just going to run a little bit of the old airbrush cleaner through it first. It's already been cleaned, but just to run it through, and then we'll give her a go. So I'm quite excited about this. I have used it once before on that other fox with mixed emotions, really, but we'll give her a go now if she don't drop in the window cleaner. Just a drop. Don't ask me why. I've read a few things. Whether it's right or not, I don't know. So let's have a look, shall we? Look at that. I want to see if it soaks in. And that was the reason I put the PVA in. That was the reason. And no one tells you this. You can do it. You can Google it, but you're better off just looking at it. To tell you the truth, I've turned the air pressure down. And so far, it doesn't seem to be sucking in. I'll clean them off. I'll just get my little belt sander and just clean that off. But yeah, okay. I like it. It's a lot different when you put that PVA on. I could leave it to dry a little bit more. It's quite windy here, so I'd give it about 3/4 of an hour, I suppose. But yeah, I think it's one of those things, the more you do it, the more but it's not soaking into the wood because I put that PVA on, you know? Doesn't seem to be anyway. And like I said, this isn't an Iowata one or whatever they're called, but I quite like it. Now at the moment he may look a bit too black, but what I will do is just highlight a few, not too much. You get carried away, don't you? You get excited. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, if I go in there when I do the white, it goes all over it. I can't really. It's just learning, isn't it? See, if I squirt it in there and then clean it off,
Fuck it.
I sand it off after, but then you're getting rid of the PVA, I think. I mean, at the moment, it looks like the Joker. Okay, so what I'll do now, and also I'll tell you what, you don't have to mix a lot up. Don't go thinking you've got to mix half a cup up. I only make probably that much in the bottom of the cup, and that's done all that. You know?
And like I said, I ain't got a clue.
You're learning the same as I am. I mean, ideally, you'd want to leave it, I suppose, that PVA on there to dry overnight. But it's dry. Ish. Right. Let me empty this out, and then what we'll do is... Right, I've got loads of black left now. Put a bit of... Look at this weather today. You could go mad, couldn't you? They didn't forecast this at all. Because that's quite expensive, that airbrush cleaner, but you're using drips, man. Absolute drips. So what I'll do now is I don't know what I'm going to do now. I got the white to do, but I want to just lovely old job. Right, let me go and get yeah, let's go and get some white. Like I said, probably better off waiting, you know. But the varnish that I'm going to put on this is quite red, the stain, which gives it the redness of the fox. I don't think I have to paint the fox. I don't think. I mean, I could highlight him with some brown, but you've seen on the other fox. So, make sure it doesn't blow all over me. See where that choppy wood is at the back? It's and it's just getting that mixture right, so this might be a bit thin, really. The black, I think I got to smack on. Okay, so battery ran dead, blah blah blah. The white I had to put on a bit thicker with the paintbrush, but the black went on sweet as a nut, so I don't know whether just fact it's white or whether I mix it up wrong. Like I said, I'm still learning. But, and I know at the moment he looks really, really white. His face looks so white, it's unreal. But the varnish that I'm going to use when it's dry is a light oak satin, which is what I used on the fox up there, and that made it go really red. So I found this is pretty good for the, it's quite a dark colour and I don't like using it on everything, but I use tung oil. I've been using tung oil on stuff, but when I first started using this, it made it red, and I thought, well, it's perfect for the old fox because he'll come out red as anything. Well, what's my boys barking at now? Some poor Amazon driver going to deliver something and get bit. So yeah, so he will go red, and then that'll tone down the same as the fox up there. Look, I've done exactly the same with this fox, with that one. So he does go red. You know, I didn't use it on the tree stump. I used Danish oil on the bottom, but it does make him go red, and it just dulls that bit of white down a little bit, you know. So hopefully that's the plan. But other than that, he ain't too bad. I'm quite happy with him, I think. He's a good little fox. He is what he is. You know. He's sat on a post, or will be. He's happy smiling chap from this side. I can touch him up a little bit. I got some acrylic pens which are pretty good. I got some acrylic pens and you can really get in there, but I want this paint to dry properly first before I give it that. So I'm going to have a good tidy up. Then if I do get round to varnishing him today, I'll just put a bit on the end. But if I don't, well then I don't. So, but I will. I'm in no rush to go anywhere. It all depends where it pisses with rain. So yeah, so I'm quite happy with him, I think, for what he is. Right, sorry, the microphone went. The microphone battery died or whatever. It's been a bit of a day. What have I been here till? I suppose I spent on this all in all about 5 or 6 hours. But like I said, I'm not rushing. So the battery is going to die on that microphone now. So before it does die, if it does die, then that's it. Basically what I was saying is once the paint's dry, I'll give it a varnish, I'll make it go red. Okay, so I'm on the microphone on the camera at the moment. Hopefully it'll pick me up, probably pick up a load of wind. See what I mean about the thing makes it go red and dyes the white back a little bit. So he's done, he's ready to go on post. So I'm quite happy with the little chap. He's a happy little fox. So yeah, over to me. So another good day. Let that dry, blah blah blah. Got some gloves on so I can move the bugger. Right, thanks ever so much everybody for watching. Yeah, till next time we'll sort some out, won't we? Don't know what. And see what we're going to carve. I quite enjoyed that because it was not a quick carve, I suppose. What time is it now? It's probably took me, I mean the painting and everything is the pain in the ass. If you were to put it to one side and do 4 or 5 carvings and then sort of like do them, spend half a day to do them all, but you know, just wanted to get it finished, get it done. So I suppose I spent, by the time I got here, I suppose I spent 5 hours on him. So I'm happy with him. I didn't rush, took me time. Like I said, you can cut that off and away you go. Right, everybody keep well until next time, and if you are watching this, hit the like and subscribe button, baby, and it lets me know that at least someone's enjoying it, not turning off after 2 minutes thinking what a twat. But yeah, so I'll see you next time. It won't be long and we'll carve something else. Thanks everybody. See that? See you later. Rolo, say goodbye. Right, see you later.